Searching all the stars for a sign of hope, looking for the light that could lead me home. But do I even know myself? Do I even know myself? I'm trying now to pick up the pieces again, just to find them all fall further in. And do I even trust myself? Do I even trust? Oh, Lord, will you save my mind? Lord, will you make it right? 'Cause I feel like a man gone blind. Don't know if it's a day or night. Oh, will you save my mind? Or will you make it right? 'Cause I feel like I'm lost this time. Don't know if it's a day or the day or the night. I've chose the road. Oh, I've been a fool to take it on alone. You know that I could use some help. You know that I could use some help. I just wanna feel that fire again. I just want some healing deep within. You know that it's been hard to tell. You know that it's been hard to tell. Lord, will you save my mind? Lord, will you make it right? 'Cause I feel like I'm going blind. Don't know if it's a day or night. Oh, will you save my mind? Lord, will you make it right? 'Cause I feel like I'm lost this time. Don't know if it's the day or the day or the night. You can change my heart and my mind. You can bring me to the other side. You can change me. You can save me. Oh, you can change my heart and my mind. You can bring me to the other side. You can change me.
Yo, Immortal Technique, what's going on, man? Good morning. My brother, good morning. Jonathan, what's up? May God continue to bless you and your family and stay strong in his word. Absolutely will do. Blessed out west, good morning, bro. Soho, good morning. God bless you, brother. Yo, Ant, your move, bro. What up, bro? What's going on? Brother, JC, what up, man? Alan, what's going on? Doug, what's going on? What's up? How we doing? Are you? What up, man? Yo, right? What a honestly awesome conversation last night. That was great. I needed that. I need people. I need Christian people in my life. Truly, I do. Don't forget to click the like button on your way. And you don't got to do that, man. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Jose, good morning. Good morning. What up? Christopher Uribe, good morning. Didn't realize CPI was tomorrow. Yeah, CPI tomorrow. Good morning, all. What a V. Pretty nasty. I mean, the GME tracking looks sick. That's the thing about GME is, I mean, even AMC, the channel tracking looks really good to me, at least, where very obviously we are in the V of January 15th right now. But GME's tracking, so AMC is equivalent to its 2021 self, obviously. We know that. GME and AMC are equivalent, the consolidation for the past 7-8 months. So GME is equivalent to AMC 2021. And the side-by-side here looks amazing. So any volatility at all on earnings, enough to get us through $30. Once we're through 30, it's boomsticks for GME. And obviously AMC will break at the same time, which when you're looking at the channel tracking for AMC looks great. Yeah, bro, we got to congregate together, of course, man. Morning, sir. Bill, good morning. Watching you in my scout car. Let's go, brother. Feel a good day. Intraday, probably not. Something I was talking about yesterday is I wouldn't expect anything intraday today. Like I said, even with this tracking, where this is all intraday for AMC, this is like the run in June, which was a lot of intraday climb for AMC. I don't think we're going to see that this time. I think it's going to be a gap up, much like we saw in May for GME, gapping to 80, 2 days, 15 to 80 in 2 days, and AMC, $2 to 13 in 2 days. I think it's going to be like that. It's going to be a gap up. So yeah. And it'll be a good thing if people can hear the word, man. Yeah, I'm gonna read the last few chapters of the Gospel of John today on stream. I was reading through the comments yesterday, and it seemed like the overwhelming majority wanted me to read the last few chapters, which I think would be a good idea. I think it would be something good. So, Sticks, good morning. Joe, good morning, man. What's going on? Yeah, as far as intraday, I wouldn't really expect anything too wild or wild at all, for that matter. For AMC, it's just finishing up the V of January 15th, which, granted, I've heard different people's opinions on this. It does look a little, what it is? It's a little stretched out up and down here, like throughout the channel, landmark-wise. Zartsky, good morning, bro. How are you? But like I was saying in yesterday's video, if this is actually the S-curve here, then potentially today we'd be pulling down to the V. And we did make a new low today. This is, I don't think I have extended hours on this chart, just so I could see the gaps. But I think the low is now 439, essentially double bottom. Not to say it can't pull back a little bit more, but I think this is approximately the range. That we should be bottoming out. And we're not really looking for a climb intraday out of this. We're looking for the gap. We're looking for a gap up, which back to GME checks out. It looks really good. So could it be earnings today? Yes. Does it have to be earnings today? No. We have FOMC next week. As far as market volatility, FOMC has been a pretty big one, especially for the broader market indices, which are bleeding out a little bit today. Crypto even, that spring that we saw yesterday, which honestly, it looks pretty good. Bitcoin and Doge, that support resistance that I have for Bitcoin, we're just sitting right on top of a previous resistance, now acting as support, touch, breakout, spring 1, spring 2, and just right on top of resistance here. Dogecoin, not as clear, but like I said, they are synchronized. So when Bitcoin legs up again, which is going to be very short term, Dogecoin will be legging up as well. And that next leg up for Dogecoin is the squeeze on Dogecoin, the squeeze candle. I don't really have... I feel like even with this macro, I really don't have to put too many markers here to show, this. I can't get the full thing just because my YouTube comments are in the way, but very repetitive. And if you look at the previous macro, that final level of support resistance right here, very close to all-time highs. That's exactly where we are. Very close to all-time highs, the break on the election and the consolidation. Well, I didn't know you streamed yesterday. My notification did work today. I didn't stream yesterday. Memes still look amazing. Harry, what's up, man? How are you? No, Nana Ape, I didn't stream yesterday. Doge at 39. This is landmark, but here. This is the landmark buy here. Yeah, well, the original call for me, but granted, the consolidation did play out a little bit differently than how I thought it would. So we have two touches at the bottom of range at 34 cents. And I was looking for a third touch, but then we started kind of diverging tracking here. So I didn't really expect us to come back to 34. And even still, I don't expect Dogecoin to come back to 34 just due to the divergence here. And the divergence is just due to the synchronization with Bitcoin. So the only way for Dogecoin, the way that I see it, to come down to 34 cents is Bitcoin would have to knife to approximately, 90K, 88 to 90K. That's the only way Dogecoin's coming down to 34 cents, in my opinion. ETH back to 3,400. Let's see. All good, man. Getting high and watching the semis blow tops. SMCI acting weird, but NVIDIA going to plan. Let me see NVIDIA really quick. Hope all is well with you and the fam, man. Yeah, great, man. Oh, NVIDIA looks good. I do have this little broadening wedge pattern, which, I mean, this looks a little bit deeper than a 50%. It's probably like a 38% retrace here, but it does look good. Definitely want to see a continuation and break of this trend here. Which, like I said, you know, yes, it can happen this week. Absolutely. It could break out this week. But with FOMC being next week, that's a lot of volatility just for like the broader market indices and NVIDIA, you know, it could break out this week. Could absolutely break out this week. But next week, I mean, 157 in here and only 27 likes. I really don't mind. I don't care. I don't care about the likes. Hello, good morning. ETH back to 34. Well, here's the thing. Do you see any more retracement for Bitcoin? 34? That's pretty deep, I think. It's a big level for sure. Just historically, like macro-wise, it's a pretty big level of support resistance there. But we'd have to see that pull on Bitcoin. You'd have to see Bitcoin pull back. And, you know, until it breaks trend, I don't know about it. Appreciate you, buddy. Of course, man. Can you talk a little about Pepe, about how high we can go to sell, if you don't mind? Thanks. Should I sell or not? Nothing I say is ever financial advice. With that being said, you absolutely should not sell any crypto that you have, any Bitcoin, Ethereum, any altcoin that you have, like the XRP. People would differ in opinion on this about certain coins, but the Doge coins and the XRPs and the Solanas and the Pepe coins and all those like just meme coins, absolutely, I would not sell those right now. Especially if you have a good cost basis, I wouldn't sell those right now because we're looking for crypto to rip. We're looking for Bitcoin to moon, and I've shown this before. You could pull up almost any altcoin, almost any one, and put it next to Bitcoin from its inception. It's perfectly synchronized. Years. I've shown this on Dogecoin. Years from Dogecoin's inception, 2014 to present day. Years of synchronization. It's been the same thing the whole time. I think I might actually have it from yesterday's video. I do. So this is a side-by-side of Bitcoin and Dogecoin. It's Dogecoin from inception, 2014, and Bitcoin from Dogecoin's inception. Obviously, Bitcoin's chart dates back further, but just Bitcoin, excuse me, Bitcoin from inception Doge to present day. And you could see both of them. Bitcoin January of 2014 is at highs. It's at all-time highs, but at the highs here, as is Dogecoin, just right off inception at the highs. Both of them pulling back into 2016, and then both of them legging up again, topping out roughly January of 2018. Both of them pulling back again into 2020, and then legging up again into May 2021. It's perfect synchronization here. And then Bitcoin's pullback to 2023 into where we are now, obviously at all-time highs. Dogecoin is obviously still synchronized. It just hasn't hit the highs yet, much like IWM. Russell 2000 RUT compared to any other of the broader market indices like NASDAQ, Dow, S&P 500 that are all at all-time highs. RUT has yet to make it, but will do so in vertical fashion because that's how the small caps operate. That's the mechanics of the small caps is they lag, but when they catch up, they do so vertically and explosively. So yeah, I mean, you can almost any crypto that you will pull up, Pepe coin even. If you pull a Pepe coin next to Bitcoin, it's the same chart. Obviously, Bitcoin dating back further, but Pepe coin from inception to present day and Bitcoin from Pepe inception to present day is the same chart. So absolutely, if you're in any, I wouldn't sell any crypto. That's just my opinion, and people will differ on that. What's up, Pimpin'? Sin, what's up, man? Oh my, me and Sin are in the chat together. And I'm a big fan. I have January 17th AMC calls at 27,500 calls. If you were me, what price would you sell at? It depends, man. It depends on your goals. It depends on how much money you're looking to make. I think at 500 calls, even at $40, you're chilling, like big time. I'm looking for much higher than $40, but you kind of see what I'm saying here. You're gonna, if you look at your brokerage and you see a comfortable amount of money, I would sell. You know, that's just me, and that's regardless of price targets. Like, oh, okay, we're looking for certain price targets on AMC and GameStop, but if you look at the brokerage and you see an amount of money that you've never seen before, and you know that's life-changing money, just my opinion, you're stupid not to take it, or at least sell, you know, a chunk of the position and leave runners just in case memes do something ridiculous. I still think that Luna has one more run left in it while they try and repeg it back to the dollar. It will die before $1, but money to be made. Luna is Lunk, right? Lunk USD, I think. Is it? I could be wrong. Or is it Luna USD? Luna USD. Is this the same thing as Lunk? I'm pretty sure it is. This is the one that just knifed. Yeah. So this is a brutal chart. Just to Luna is dead in my opinion. And this is a brutal. This is like the Mullen of crypto. Thanks, Ant. Really appreciate it. Good luck, man. You too, man. Good luck. And once we break, I'll be live, so I'll be telling you exactly what I think. And if I'm selling, I'll tell you I'm selling. But Luna, I feel like this is like the Mullen of crypto, and not to say that it doesn't have a run in it. Much like even Bed Bath Beyond had a run in 2021, just due to market synchronization. So you could be seeing a run here, but I wouldn't expect anything up near the highs. But for sure, money to be made. Hey, brother, thanks for the prayers regarding the loss of our dog. Of course, man. Once a coin depegs, it's over. No builders there anymore. Yeah, I think you guys would be, especially Ryuk, big into crypto, would be more educated about the mechanics of crypto than me. I think that's the coin they made to replace Luna Classic. Not really a clear trend, I would say, but a trend nonetheless. Resistance trend here, which it just rejected off of. Not to say it won't get over it with all the momentum in the crypto market that's incoming. Bitcoin at 120, 140, 150K, it's going to pull the market. It's going to pull the crypto market, including coins that don't deserve to be at prices that they're at. I mean, Luna Classic. I was a big Luna fanatic, and it dropped 99% in 2 days. Everyone was confused, but they had a fault in their algo-backed stablecoin. Someone targeted it and processed the bank run. Luna Classic can run, actually. In a bull market, in a market environment that we're in right now, I really wouldn't rule anything out. I wouldn't even rule out a run on Mullen. Stay with me. Nothing near the highs, but you will see a move. if you see the small cap market absolutely rocket, you're going to see that translate to tickers that, I'm not saying they're going to all-time highs, but you'll see a move. Fantastic song. Yeah. This is the song that you requested, I believe. Hello, brother. I'm in Cuba right now. I just connected with the hotel internet. I bought some contracts on AMC. Let's see what happens today. Hopefully not weeklies. Stay with me now. Yeah. Stay with me. I'm not saying buy Mullen. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think you'll see a move on it, especially when the entire small cap market, breaks out. We're still waiting on IWM. IWM is it's been so stubborn this whole time. It's been so stubborn. So we formed new all-time highs 2 weeks ago. Barely forming we barely poked through the highs of 2021. I think maybe a couple cents higher. 2021 highs was 244.46, and the high here was like 245. So 50 cents, new all-time highs. And since then, it's just been wedging along here. I don't know what happened to this trend. There you go. So still waiting on the break for IWM. And I've shown the market synchronization with the broader market indices. You're going to see a very explosive move on IWM. And more than likely, that will be directly when we see AMC and GameStop move up again. Ethereum Classic will pump, bro. That's how we know the cycle is here. AMC, facepalm. AMC, facepalm. I'm going to just say this, and I'm going to leave it there. At this point, it's either you're convicted, AMC, GameStop will squeeze, or you're not. I don't want to hear the complaining. I don't want to hear it.
Took my first breath where the muddy rises.
And if you can't see, look around the market and see the synchronization and how good everything looks, and how it's a rerun of 2021 incoming, but to a much larger magnitude. I don't know what to say. There's no chart in the world. There's no side-by-side in the world that I could show you at this point to make you see it.
Goes into the Gulf of Mexico, where the skyline's colored by chemical plants that put bread on the table of the working man, where the working man does his best to provide safety and shelter for kids and a wife, giving a little of his soul every day, making overtime to keep the wolves away.
I'm holding till the wheels fall off. There you go. You should have led with that. Lead with that. And as am I. I will die on this hill. I will. I'll die on this hill. Yes, and I appreciate that, man. My conviction's 100. Always has been. Always has been.
I was barely 13 when the company man tried to dig my daddy's grave. It happened on a French-owned tanker ship, spilling poison in the Galveston Bay, where the liquid fire filled his lungs and his eyes silenced any more cries. Cold in the grave, with death stinging pain, he fought like hell to keep the wolves away.
IWM candle. Yeah, I mean, we're at support. It makes sense. We see a nice little bounce here. We still got a little bit of ways to go until we're back at resistance, approximately 239 resistance sitting at. Good morning, Ant. Good morning, Ant and all. It's great to be here. Likewise. I believe that everyone has conviction. I believe everyone has conviction, but this fucking guy keeps diluting every single step of the way when we are about to go up a little bit. That's another thing. And I don't know how else I could say this either, is if you look back to 2021, you have to expect the CEO of a company that is in debt is going to dilute. He's trying to strengthen the company. It makes sense from a CEO standpoint. We saw dilution several times leading into January 2021 and following, and the June run-up, we saw dilution. You're going to see the same thing, for sure. I promise you that. What more options the last couple days?
For the next few years, Dad was sick as a dog, but he made a recovery just to spite the odds. The settlement came and we moved out of town, where the sky isn't heavy with refinery clouds. Yeah, he's still alive, he's doing good, he's in his 50s, but the money's running out, and he's pinching for pennies. So I'm going for broke with every song.
What's up, crew? Good morning.
Cause now it's my
What up, man?
turn to keep
What's going on? Hope you're doing good today. Amazing how soon as we were set for a pullback on the chart, they announced dilution. Yeah, we've seen that a lot. We're about to go dummy broke. Whoever can't see that, I don't know what to tell y'all. And what up? Can't watch today, though, framing a house? It's all good, man. Do what you got to do. It's good to see you, though. And I hope you have a good day. Let's see if I could break this down a different way, actually. This might help, maybe. Maybe this will help to kind of show exactly where we are in this iteration. So obviously the 2021 iteration, 2023 iteration leading into August, right here. Tesla, she's printing. Yeah, Tesla looks sick. Did it hit new highs yet? No, it's close. I'll just remove this one. I don't even think we need that one. So I've shown the flat portion reiterations, I think, enough for you guys to see what I'm showing you right now. But the 2023 January into August, the break, so coming off the third V, the third bottom, B3, whatever, is the uptrend into January 15th and the pullback. And then the break of the level, which up here was $33, we obviously broke that to the downside. And as such, you expect a leg down again. So we leg down again to B3. We have the whole iteration. And now we have this level again, which is roughly 402. And we have the uptrend here. We have the uptrend here. Where if, now that we broke trend, and that's exactly what we did here, is we broke trend, which that's what January 15th does, is break trend, break the support. At this point, this is a breaking point. This is either we're going to knife through $4 or we're going to reclaim trend with a gap up, which this is actually playing out differently than what we saw leading to the downside break. The downside break, we were actually uptrending to the high point and then knifed, as opposed to now where we uptrend to the high point, pulled back for the V. Rather than seeing a gap down below range, we're seeing pullback here, but we're still above range. So again, we either are I've said this several times throughout this consolidation for the past 7 months. At the end of this consolidation, it's a vertical line break. Either way, up or down, straight line. And you can't miss it. It's going to be very blatant, very obvious, much like in August and much like we saw in May. The fact that we already broke this trend, and I've had the January 15th tracking up the entire video, or the entire live so far, there's only one of two ways that this can go. We either knife here through $4, and if we do that, we're looking for a leg down, or we reclaim the support trend with a gap up, and then we leg up. That's it, vertically, up or down. But if we broke down, wouldn't we be going to zero? If we break down in the midst of this synchronization in the market, I would have to imagine we're going to zero. Yeah. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If we were to, and I don't think we're going to, but if we were to break this to the downside, break 402 to the downside, it would be a new low. Exactly, Sin. We'd be heading for new all-time lows, and in the midst of this synchronization that we're seeing in the market, that would just not be good. That wouldn't be good at all. Is there a way you can pull up GME pre-split chart next to AMC post-reverse split? Is there a ticker that I can use for GME pre-split? Is there like a certain ticker I could look up that'll pull that chart up? I'm not sure. What I will tell you, I don't know why you want to see GME pre-split, is the chart's the same. It's just the scale on the side is different. So the numbers, the price on the right scale on the y-axis is the same, or sorry, it's different, but the chart's the same. Much like AMC, even with the split, it's still the same chart that it was pre-split. The scale is just different now. The pricing, simple, clear 13 or new low. Exactly, and that will be done vertically in vertical fashion. Clear 13 vertically or break all-time lows vertically is the only two options here.
Searching all the stars for a sign of hope, looking for the light.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, the splits don't affect the chart, to put it simply. The way the chart looks, I should say. GME pre-split, post-split is the same chart. It's just the price, the scale is different. But it's the chart looks exactly the same. And likewise for AMC. Doge getting smoked. Could be coming down to 34. It's possible. That was the original call, was a third. Now, granted, the consolidation played out a little bit differently than what I was expecting, but the call originally, I think I have a screenshot right here. No, that's not the one. Is it this? That's not the one either. What did I do with it? I just had it from yesterday. I might have to go back. I believe it's here. There it is. Yeah, so from this point, the tracking looked pretty good. And then we saw some divergence here where we weren't looking for a higher high here, which we saw anyway, which again is due to synchronization with Bitcoin. But from this high point, we were looking for one final pullback to the bottom of the range, which is 34 cents. And then from there, blast off. That was the final stop. And we talked about this a few times. Coming down to 34 cents one more time. And then from there is the January 27th, January 28th candle, the squeeze candle on Dogecoin. So it's possible. It's possible we see 34. Do we absolutely have to? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Like I said, in order for Dogecoin to get down to that range, I would expect that we're going to see, we'll see Bitcoin kind of knife. I don't know. How's Bitcoin doing right now? Pulling back a little bit. Maybe. It's possible for sure. Crypto getting us liquidity. Could definitely be that as well. Doge getting smoked. That's what we're looking. Oh, that's what we're looking for. 89 is an auto buy for 117. Calls that Baba. Yeah, Baba. This chart is crazy. Why? Like, it's just gaps every day on this chart. It's a wild chart. 89. It's pretty much right there. Big level. Big level, 89. Posted a link on one of your recent videos where you were talking about the Israelites in the desert out of Egypt and on to Babylon from slavery, back to slavery. I'll have to go back and look through my comments. I have 12, 20, 550 calls. Should I sell and just buy a later date already or hold? My answer has been the same this whole time, is the January contracts. The weeklies, that's your decision. If you want to buy weeklies, go for it. It's a gamble always, but for you to read on your own time, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are seeing Bitcoin pull back a little bit here, so we could see Doge come down to 34 for sure. Especially if this comes back down to support. Bitcoin comes back down to 92 for sure. We could see Dogecoin pull back to 34 cents. Honestly, I would love to see divergence between AMC and GameStop to know we're squeezing. I think I'd argue we already saw it. I would argue that we saw divergence already. If we go to AMC and if I could find the chart first, the divergence that we saw right here specifically, right? So at this point, coming down from 80. Coming down from 80 for GME and coming down from 13 for AMC. AMC hits a low, right? Much like the October low that we have, hits a low, and then it pulls back and breaks support for the V. Granted, here it formed a lower low. Not to say that we're going to do that this time around, but as this is happening, right, so from this high point right here, I'll put the vertical line. All right. So coming down from 80, coming down from 13, AMC uptrends to a high point and then breaks trend for the V, as opposed to GME, which just pulls down to the low immediately. And then this jet test here, this is at the point that AMC is hitting the high. GME pulls back for a higher low, and then AMC just knifes. Which if you fast forward to now, you can move all this stuff off too. It's essentially the same thing. Where we have the trend, which we broke vertically, much like we saw in the last iteration I just showed you. And let's get this stuff off really quick. Just give me 1 second. It's actually perfect. I mean, looking back, the high point for AMC in trend is GME coming off of the low. I hope you, I don't know if I like broke this down like a PowerPoint, like in a video. I already did it, but it's a little bit easier to see. So GME pulling down from 32 to the low, and then has the jet test and is now pulling down for a higher low where AMC knifed, if that makes sense. When we run back to this, again, AMC pulls down to this bottom, uptrends to a high, knifes through the trend, and GME pulls down to the bottom. You see the jet test same day, and then pulls back for a higher low while AMC is knifing. It's the same thing that we're seeing now. This is the divergence. That we're seeing the divergence right now. Does that make sense? Goes full degen to 1220s. Living room, I think.
Is it over there? On the floor or something?
No, I'm pretty sure I put it on charge. Oh, in the kitchen, on charge. People remember AMC just agreed to a 50 million share offering. After those 50 million, there's barely any shares left. And like Ant said before, there's always been dilution, 2021, January and May. Of course. Yeah, we saw dilution and we squeezed. Before we squeezed, we saw dilution. After we squeezed, during the squeeze, we saw dilution. Everything's on track. Patience is key, and mainly faith. I don't want to sound like too bold here, but we're squeezing. Like, we are. And it's, to me at least, it seems very obvious, especially with the position of IWM, the position of altcoins, the position of the market in general compared to 2021. It seems pretty clear to me. The position of GME and how GME looks, it looks fantastic to me at least. This is my first squeeze that I am participating in. Sim brought me along. Can't wait. It's going to be wild. Yeah, it's going to be wild. And going forward, too, is going to be... It's going to be pretty crazy. I mean, at this point, if I can go back in time to, like, the inception of my channel, knowing what I know now, like, knowing, like, the level... First of all, the level of synchronization in the market, and then secondly... the order in which the market's going to move, should have just jumped into a blue chip at the time. Like, yeah, we timed the bottom pretty good, perfect. I would actually say we timed the bottom perfectly, but the order in which the market moves is the big one. Is, you know, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, SPY, and then at the end, the very end of the bullish cycle, you see the small caps go, and they catch up vertically. Everything tops out at the same time, and then it all knifes. So going forward from here, and this is just what I'm going to do, and I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do. But going forward, post squeeze is at that point. Now we're timing the top, Now we're looking for the top of the market to be in, and now we're looking for pullbacks essentially everywhere. So my plan, at least, is to choose a macro, and I already have two that I think are pretty good candidates for this, that are very sharp. So a Meta, a Netflix, something that is, its macro is, yeah.
Someone's knocking at the door.
Okay, I'll be right there. All right, guys, give me a minute. I'm gonna let the music rock. I'll be back in a minute.
Do you dream alone under the moon? Is it brighter, brighter when I'm with you? Is the afterglow strong enough to light this fire, fire back in us?
All right, where were we? So the conversation we were having is post-squeeze plans. So as I was saying, and this actually looks really good, by the way. Yeah, Meta is about to go stupid. What I was saying is post-squeeze plans. So now understanding the market mechanics to the level at which we've come to learn is, number one, market synchronized to a ridiculous level, and number two is that there's an order specifically Dow, Nasdaq, SP 500, small caps, Russell 2000. Post squeeze, like I was saying, I'm looking for sharp macros such as a Meta or a Netflix is a really good candidate, I think, as well, where timing the top in the market. And, you know, the blue chips will top out, just like they did. SPY tops out November of 2021. Netflix tops out November of 2021. Rather than buying puts on SPY, I think it would be a better idea to buy puts on something like Netflix or something like Meta, where the macros are much, much sharper. And this isn't going to be a YOLO. This is going to be at the money puts 1 or 2 years dated out. And just collect this, the top for Netflix, November of 2021, which is also the top for SPY. So keep in mind, we know when SPY is going to top. 7K, top of the channel, SPY is at the top. I'm muted? No way. You guys can't hear me? Am I muted? I shouldn't be muted. Maybe you have me muted? Can somebody tell me if I'm muted or not? I hear you. Thanks, Kev. Yeah, I don't think I'm muted. I could hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. All right. So as I was saying, this is like the third try now. To put it simply, and I'll pull up a side-by-side to do this, to show you. We'll just use this right here. To put it simply, all right, we're good. I'm reading your lips. I can't hear you, but I'm reading your lips. Basically, just to put it very simply, after the squeeze, I'm buying puts on Netflix. And I'm going to be buying them at the money. I'm not buying out of the money puts. I'm buying at the money puts dated a year or 2 years out, which is plenty of time, by the way. So we know approximately when the market's going to top out for SPY. It's going to be roughly 700, or for SPX, 7K. Which is the top of the channel. Now, we see with blue chips, and just as one example, we're looking at Netflix here, is Netflix tops out in 2021 at the exact same moment in time that SPY tops out. The exact same moment in time. So this move on Netflix was $700 to $160. That's a $540 move that took 6 months. 6 months, 700 to 160. We topped them. We hit the squeeze for AMC, GameStop, meme, altcoins, whatever you're playing. We hit the squeeze for the memes. We timed the top of the market on the broader market indices, SPY, NASDAQ, Dow. And then we do at the money puts on Netflix, a Netflix or a Meta. at the money a year or 2 years out and sit back and just collect. And then at the bottom, again, we time the bottom of the market. It's all fibs anyway. We time the bottom of the market, and then we do the same thing to the upside, is we buy a year or 2 year out at the money calls at the bottom at this point. And then again, we sit back and we collect. And then at the end of the cycle, then it's time for memes again. Then it's time for all the Dogecoins and the AMCs and the GameStops. That's my plan moving forward. And had I, having this understanding now, I wish I could go back to 2023 and with the understanding I have now of the market. But you live and you learn. I think heading forward is going to be pretty smooth sailing. That's just my opinion. But yeah. Doge is pretty close, man. It's pretty close. Poked into the 36-cent range. Talking another 2 cents to the downside here. It's close, man. IWM too looks looking pretty good. Remember, that breakout isn't very far away. Talking another $1 on IWM. 239 approximately, and dropping. Also, I don't really see a case here for intraday climb on AMC. It's gap here. Gap down, gap up. That's it. That's the options. This looks like a pretty perfect, channel setup to me. January 15th. Be excited, fellas, because today, tomorrow, January lives are getting changed. Yeah, we're here. We're here. There's no denying it either. People will deny it, but we are here. IWM is, I mean, just look at it, would you? This break is going to be insane on IWM. For everyone that called us crazy, for all the patience we've had for the 4 years, we about to be lit, boys. I've been called crazy my entire life, forever. And yeah, I never fit in. I don't want to fit in. I'd rather be the crazy one. I see everyone else as crazy. That's just me, though. In a world full of deceived. We're not called to fit in this world. That's not what we're called to do. I put you on this song. Morning. Yeah, you have. Great song. One of my favorites, actually. We're not called to fit in this world. What's up, Ant? Good to see you live. Good to be live, man. Hope you're doing good. Feel that, Ant? Yeah. It's the way it is, man. Cut from the same rag. In, but not of this world. Exactly. Yo, I just made $15K today, wholesaling a house. Didn't think it was possible. LOL. Nice, man. Congratulations. In, but not of this world. Yeah. Do not love the world or the things of this world. If you have love for the world, you do not have love for the Father. I think that's really powerful. Moral technique. Congratulations, man. If we are friends with this world, then we are an enemy of him. Exactly. I told my friends and family so many times about investments, and they look at me like I am crazy. They will see who is crazy soon. Not financial advice, of course. Obviously, you're going to do whatever you want to do, like post all of this. If I could give you advice, and whether you want to take it or not, I wouldn't rub it in. You know, there's no need for that. I think, you know, how do I say this? I don't even know how to say it really. I think it would be more powerful not even rubbing. You don't have to go, "Oh, I told you so. I told you so." You don't have to do that. Rather focus on what good you can do with your money, with your newfound wealth. And the people that, you know, didn't believe you and didn't want to hear it, you won't have to tell them. They'll see it. They'll be, "Oh, wow, he was right." Be quiet. That's been my message. Invites jealousy and envy. Exactly. They'll see it. They'll be like, "Oh, wow, he was right. Wow." You don't have to tell them. You don't have to rub it in their face. You don't have to do that. You don't have to boast. You don't have to show off. That's my 2 cents on it, at least. Some anime shit throughout heaven and earth. I alone am the honored one. I'm way too hyped right now. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Exactly. It's like the jab, no one listened to me. They'll eventually realize later. Don't focus on that, though. And again, you're going to do whatever you want to do, but don't focus on, oh, I told you, like don't make yourself out to be better than everyone else because you were right in the end. Like that's not what it's about. It's not about being better than everyone else, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, also, we're going to be reading the last few chapters of the Gospel of John. Soon. Probably do it around like noon. I'll probably do it. It's John chapters 19, 20, 21, I believe, and then Proverbs chapter 6 and a few verses from that. We're going to be reading that on stream today. Not yet, never have. At the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do. And I'm sure there's going to be people that make a ton of money and they're going to boast it and they're going to go to their loved ones and be like, I told you so, you stupid, you should have listened. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. Be humble, be grateful, and do good with your newfound wealth is all I could say. Create a positive bubble and practice being grateful. Exactly, here. Exactly. I think being humble, showing humility is probably one of the strongest character traits a person can have. Being humble, crush your own ego. Get rid of your own ego. Rather than trying to crush the ego of others, crush your own ego. Since we all have a good bit of calls for the same date, but we have trouble selling calls, I don't believe so. They'll be worth what they're worth. So if you have $27 calls and the stock price is at $127, those contracts are going to be $100 approximately, plus minus the Greeks. What is your stance on tithing? I don't have a stance. You fast, but Satan does not eat. You labor fervently, but Satan never sleeps. The only dimension with which you can outperform Satan is acquiring humility, for Satan has no humility. Yeah. Speaking of, I've been fasting now for almost 48 hours. I'm starving. I'm very hungry, but I'm going to try to make it through. I was trying to do a 48-hour fast for sure. You fast, but Satan does not eat. You labor fervently, but Satan never sleeps. The only dimension with which you can outperform Satan is by acquiring humility, for Satan has no humility. Satan is ego. He is the ego. It's more about security of family for me, I guess, and not to worry about the future. Exactly. Security of family, and helping others. That's my approach, at least. That's what I want to do. I'm still going to do the market thing. I'm still going to, I'll tell you, hey guys, I think the top's in for everything, or I think the bottom's in for everything. And like I said, with the understanding I have now of market mechanics and the synchronization and the order of which the market operates, it should be much smoother sailing going forward from here, post squeeze and everything. But I'll still have the channel. I'll still give my opinions and everything, but I want to focus on like other things in my life. Good morning. God bless everyone. Have a blessed day and stay safe out there. Absolutely. That boy hitting ketosis. Yeah, how many hours before your body's in ketosis? I think I have to be pretty close at this point. I'm setting myself up and helping my parents. That's it, man. Bitcoin keeps going down. Yeah, Dogecoin too. I mean, the target for Doge was 34 cents. At this point, like, throughout this uptrend and the divergence that we saw and the consolidation, I didn't think we were going to hit it, but I mean, here we go. Potentially going down to 34 here. Helping others, yes, and freedom is why I am on this. Absolutely. I think I'm going to keep 500 Jan 2620 calls as runners. I'll probably sell the rest. Probably a good idea. Add a half teaspoon coconut oil, MCT oil, or butter to hot drinks, and it takes your hunger away. Good for fasting. Noted. Coconut oil, MCT oil, or butter to hot drinks. 16 to 20 hours till ketosis, but it can vary if you're not used to fasting. It may take longer. Well, I do fast, not like very often, but I would say once every 2 weeks, which, I mean, depending on your mindset, that could be pretty frequent. But yeah, lifetime member squeeze, money will pay for it. Yeah, so that's another thing. I think post squeeze, post all of this, my channel will more than likely no longer be paid, because I didn't want it to be paid to begin with, and I'm being genuine. That's genuine. Just like my Discord, when I made it, it wasn't paid, it was free. And my channel, when I made it, it wasn't paid, it was free. But over time, and this is, it's become pretty frustrating for me, especially from my approach where I just want to help. That's the only reason I'm here to begin with, and that's the only reason I made my channel to begin with, was to help this community, to show them that, if they think AMC is going to squeeze, they're right. And that's been my whole channel. So, when I'm stressing myself out to have like the most, and I've made mistakes, obviously. It just says I'm not perfect, nor is anyone perfect. And I've made mistakes for sure. But stressing myself out to have the best possible TA that I could put out there to a community that I'm only trying to help to get berated and just like shit talked over time, it kind of got to me. I'm just like, I don't understand it. If you don't like me, then why do you watch my video? Like, if you don't agree with me and you don't agree with my TA, then why are you here? Well, just to talk shit to me? I never understood that. So after a while, and for my own mental sanity, I had to do something to separate those people from the people that actually support me, and that was making my channel paid. I didn't want to, but for the sake of my sanity, I felt I needed to, and I didn't want to make it too expensive, but I didn't want to make it cheap enough where these people would pay anyway to do that. And I think it's done a pretty good job, even though I had he's a mod of mine, and he hasn't shown face today, by the way. He's actually a mod in my chat. Made a burner to talk shit to me. When I saw that, I was like, wow, like this is a guy who's a mod in my channel, and he made a burner account, a burner YouTube and he's a mod in my channel, and he doesn't watch my videos. He doesn't even watch he's not subscribed, like he's not a member. He doesn't watch my videos. He's a mod, and he made a burner and went back to like an older video of mine and was talking shit to me and disrespecting me, and also disrespecting the community as a whole. And I'm just like to myself, wow, man. Like some people just have some nerve. And this guy's a self-proclaimed Christian at that. I'm quitting my job. I'm going to get a van, learn how to golf and shoot pool. I'll trade for income and work on other things that are outside the realm of money. Yeah. We spend a lot of time chasing money. We spend a lot of time chasing money, and that kind of takes away from life, I feel. We spend so much time wrapped up in money. It's just it's just paper at the end of the day. And it's going to die very shortly at that. I mean, the dollar, doesn't look too great. But we spend so much time of our lives like chasing after money for what? Like what's the end game here? to chase worldly lust and desires and all these material things that they're not going to give you peace. You'll keep chasing, we'll chase the money, and then, okay, now we have the money, so now we can get whatever we want, and then what? Like, then what? You're still going to feel like there's something missing. You're still going to feel like you have to find this peace somehow, and I'll tell you right now, it's God. That's the peace that you're looking for. That's what you're chasing. You just don't realize it. I soft, dry, fast, washing / brushing teeth, etc. during the working week each day and break it at night. A true fast is having nothing ingested. You'll get used to it. I have been drinking water. I don't know if that counts me as not being fasted. I think it's a start. I am new in my faith anyway, so not that I'm justifying, not fasting properly, but I'm trying. Very good. No need for shit talk. Absolutely. When we squeeze, please only go live for the paid members. Don't share with those who aren't with you the whole way. That's the thing. When I go live, I can't only go live for my paid members. I can make my chat so only paid members can talk. That's what this is. So anyone that isn't a member of my channel right now can actually be here watching, but they can't talk unless they're a mod. So you can be a mod and not be a member of my channel and speak still. But this is only members only chat. I can't make a live stream where it's only members, if that makes sense. Ooh, the lukewarm Christians, shaking my head. I pray they find their way. Yeah, man. Post Moas equals homestead and off grid for real. Absolutely. That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's definitely the way. That's the conclusion that I have come to, is that is probably the best thing to do, is get away from civilization. Because it's pretty obvious, it should be pretty apparent, whether you're a Christian, whether you're not Christian, that the path that we're taking right now isn't a good one. As far as the country and also as far as the world is concerned, at least. Live on Discord? Yeah, I could do that, but then my Discord's free. So it's, there's people, I'm sure there's, actually, I did only invite members, but there are people that aren't members there as well. It's whatever. I'll be live. I'll be live for whoever can see it. It doesn't really matter to me. Doesn't really matter to me. So actually, that's what I'm talking about, self-sufficient. That's the way, man. That is, especially with the way that the world's heading, that is definitely the way. When we start squeezing, I'm going to be here, bro, because no one has better music for real. Ant's music choices are A1. Thank you, man. Yeah, I feel I have built a pretty good squeeze playlist. But also, I have a lot of other good music, other playlists that I don't listen to anymore because of my faith. Like if you listen to even rock and roll, like it's even rock. And it's mainly rap, but it's rock too. If you actually listen to the lyrics and the message that the music industry is getting across to you, it's not a good one at all. So I have tried to kind of remove myself from that. You may have talked about it earlier, but thoughts on today's price action leading into GME earnings? This is essentially what I thought was going to happen for GME. I mean, like I said, I don't think this is the tracking. This is the AMC leading into June and the GME, the consolidation here, and we're approximately right here, and then I'll just put a square here so you can see it right here, approximately. And like I said, a lot of this run up was intraday. Almost all of it was intraday for AMC in 2021 heading into June. And I don't think that's going to be the case this time for GME, at least at this specific point in time. I think it's just going to gap up. So this price action right now, I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. And also the divergence chart that I showed it earlier in the stream today, that divergence that we see at the end of GME's iteration coming down from 80 and AMC coming down from 13 into that next gap. We have that exact divergence again, where GME right now, it hit the high, it pulled down to the low. We saw a jet test, and now it's pulling down for a higher low off of this, as opposed to AMC, which uptrended to a high point and now is just knifing. That's exactly what we saw following, the pullback from 80, the pullback from 13. Can you play Get the Money? I can do that. It's on my playlist, actually. And that was your request the first time. You reckon we gap before December 20th? To put it plainly, and again, I'm just giving my opinions. I can be wrong. I have been wrong in the past. I can definitely be wrong again. Today, it's weird with GME earnings because they don't have an actual call. But at the same time, we do see volatility on GME earnings, call or not. We generally will see volatility, and we don't need a lot, is what I'm saying. We need volatility to get us up over 30. And if we're pulling back for a higher low here, and the next thing is to get up over 30, we're sitting at 28, we don't have to go very far. So any type of volatility on earnings, if we see it, if we see actual volatility on earnings today for GME, it should be enough. I would think that it would be enough to get us over 30. And once we're over 30, that's it. We're just going straight line. And the question was, do you reckon we gap before December 20th? If we don't see that volatility today and we don't gap today, FOMC next week is going to be a big deal. FOMC, I believe, is next Tuesday. I think it's the 18th. Wednesday next week. FOMC is going to be a big deal, not only for memes, but the broader market. So the reversals that we're looking for on IWM breaking 2021 highs, more than likely, not that it can't happen this week, but FOMC is next week, and we've been seeing pretty extreme volatility on FOMC the past meetings. So the reversal on crypto, the reversal on IWM, the reversal on the other, like the broader market, and also, AMC, GameStop, Dogecoin squeezed on an FOMC meeting in 2021. So just keep that in mind as well. Whichever way you slice it, we're right there. Whichever way you slice it, there's nothing left to try. As far as tracking goes, there's nothing left besides squeeze now for GME and also AMC. I mean, it's pulled back to a low point and gap, and that gap again, it's one of two ways. It's we either gap down vertically and break all-time lows, or we gap up vertically, break above 13 and squeeze. That's it. Water fasting is good. I would recommend having Himalayan salt, potassium, magnesium, and aluminum, free baking soda in water. Search snake juice recipe. Stops that weak, shaky feeling. Yeah, around the 48-hour mark, I'll feel a little woozy of fasting. Which I don't think it's. I think it's not so much the food aspect as electrolytes. So I should actually take this down. Snake juice recipe. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it, man. Drifty, what up, bro? How are you? Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. Hope the family's good. They sell fasting salts on Amazon, clean, just the electrolytes. Noted. Thank you, Rob. Good man, getting ready for a new life this Christmas, bro. I hear that. Drifty. Exciting times. Best wishes right back to you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Exciting times, man. Exciting times in the market right now. The position is undeniably, I mean, it's undeniable. It's undeniable. It is. It's 2021 all over. Could be FOMC, man. It could. I'm not saying it can't happen today, but I mean, think about this, logically. If we're looking for a pullback to 34 cents on Dogecoin as the final landmark, not to say we 100% have to get down there, but 34 cents on Dogecoin being the final landmark, heading into FOMC next week, Dogecoin squeezes on FOMC in 2021, AMC GameStop squeeze on FOMC in 2021. And, take into account AMC GameStop tracking now, along with Dogecoin and the crypto market in general, and where IWM is, looking for the break over 2021 highs for IWM. Oh, man, they were so close. It's so close. It's worth checking out Dr. Eric Berg's YouTube channel. He goes deep on the science behind fasting, explaining autophagy, if I'm pronouncing that right, etc. I know you do it for religious reasons, and I do too, but the science. My old lady is fasting. D's nuts. Good one, GT. I'm actually excited to the core. Yeah, man. It's what a time. I mean, what a time to be alive. What a time to be in the market. Behind it's gonna be awesome to see this play out and see how it plays out at that. It's gonna be a good time. Behind it, absolutely amazing. Dr. Eric Bergs. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it, bro. All right, I think in about 20 minutes we're gonna do the Gospel of John, the final chapters. We're gonna do it around noon, and then after that, I might take a quick break, and then I'll be back. Been dabbling on some calls on Para as well. Looks ready for a move too. When Genesis? When Revelation is the real question. When Revelation? I watched Dr. Berg and healed my own acid reflux. Major gains, $2 dono. Thoughts on trading as a Christian? I literally just, and that's funny that Ryuk just pops into the chat because I was on the phone with him for like an hour last night, just chopping it up about our faith and everything. And it actually came up at some point during the conversation that I feel guilty almost. And he said the same thing. It feels like we're just being greedy in a way, which we are, I would say. We could choose to just live a humble life and just work forever, but we're choosing to become millionaires or, however much money you're going to have. It's a tough spot. And, the Lord even says it himself. And let me find, I don't remember the exact verse, but I think I looked it up. Yesterday. The verse is from the Gospel of Matthew. It is easier for a camel to go through a needle's eye than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. That's a scary verse. That's a pretty scary verse to me. So, with that, you just have to be smart. You have to, you're not going to get into heaven by your good works to begin with. That's through God. But especially with the money, being excessively greedy, and God looks at your heart exactly. Being excessively greedy and wanting the money for all the wrong reasons, wanting the money for, all the material things and your lustful desires and whatever it may be. I feel like it's easy to get trapped in that, and it's important to. I'm grateful that I found God before this happened, genuinely, because if I didn't, you guys have seen me, my earlier self when I was like during my live streams. At that point, all it was greed. That was, all it was mansions, Lambos, drugs, all that. That's all it was to begin with. So I'm grateful I found God before this happened. Truly, I think it's important for everyone to understand that as well. Is want the money for the right reason, do the right thing with the money, help people that you can reach, help people that need it. It irks me. It really does when you see these multi-billionaires that could theoretically solve world hunger, and they just go about their lives just being more and more greedy their entire lives, and just stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking, and walking past homeless people and walking past people that are starving, and just without a care in the world. That drives me crazy. Because I don't understand it. I don't understand that mindset. I don't get it. So, Dr. Berg is the best. See his videos changed my life. Total 3 just lost 1 trillion market cap, now at 934 billion. Great channel, great info. Yes, I need to catch up on a lot of my readings. Yeah, man, get in God's word. Get in God's word. It's refreshing. Genuinely, it is. Big responsibility. Yeah. Yeah, it's important to ground yourself in truth. And I guess that just depends on it. Do you look, well, first of all, is Jesus the Messiah? Is Jesus the Son of God? And secondly, is the Bible truth? And if the answer to both of those questions are yes, then you should ground yourself in that truth daily. In a world full of deception, it's very easy to be deceived, and we go about our lives being deceived. And Satan's real; he exists. He's real, and he like God passionately loves you. Satan passionately hates you and wants nothing more than the worst for you. So it's important to understand that deception does exist and it's real, and to ground yourself in truth daily. And that's that. That's my little rant about that.
Get the money.
Do not store treasures on earth where moths destroy and thieves steal. Store treasures in heaven, for where your treasure is, your heart will be also. Amen. Yo, movie recommendation: A Nefarious Plot. Really shows how the enemy thinks. I'll write that down. Nefarious Plot. I don't want to say I know like absolutely how the enemy thinks, but I feel I have pretty strong discernment, and I kind of understand how the enemy thinks and how he gets to people in ways that it seems like it's your own doing, but really it's not. You think it's you. You think it's your own doing. You think it's your thoughts, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, everyone should be doing bidding on memes right now. Or sorry, that's the book. The movie is called Nefarious. Why do I feel like I've seen that? Nefarious? Nefarious. That sounds familiar. Oh, yo, I have seen this movie. I saw this movie before I actually came into my faith. I think I'm going to watch it again, because I remember watching this before I had even my revelation of Christ. I watched that movie, and it really, like, I was like, wow, like, And the dude doing the acting as a demon did a really good job. Yeah, that was actually really good. I'm gonna rewatch that. That was a good movie. If I were to buy more calls, do you still feel January safe? I do. At this point in the game, though, I mean, if you already have a position in January, it might be a decent idea to just March maybe. But I think Januaries are fine. I think we're squeezing before January expiration. So. You got to check out Pastor Johnny Chang, 10 out of 10. I think I know who you're talking about, actually. Was he he was like a gangbanger and then converted Christian? And his whole life changed, like everything about him, his whole, I think I know who you're I think I know who you're talking about. Fury's a classic. Shia killed it. You know, I actually just looked up, I just watched Fury like last week too. It's funny you brought that up. That verse that he says, it's from Isaiah 6. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send and who will go for us? And I said, here I am, send me. Fire. What an absolutely fire verse. Amazing movie too. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf, his acting in that movie was fantastic. In general, leave the world a better place than you came into it. Do that, you're checking boxes. Yeah. Yep. I agree. That's one box. That's one box to check for sure. Yeah, man. Fury is such a good movie. That was a good movie. I have to rewatch Nefarious though, for sure. That for sure I have to go back and watch again. Because I watched that before in my revelation. So I think watching it back is it's gonna hit home a little bit more. Oh, I hear my daughter crying. All right, I'll tell you guys what. I'm gonna take a break for a few. I'm gonna cut the stream here. I'm gonna take a break for a few. Help my wife with the baby for a little bit. I'm gonna come back. We'll call it 1 o'clock. I will resume the stream at 1 o'clock, and then we're gonna kick that off with the Gospel of John, the final chapters, John 19, 20, and 21, Proverbs, and then from there into end of day, and then into GME Earnings. That's the plan. So I'm gonna take a break, help out my wife for a little bit, and then I'll be back at 1 o'clock Eastern. An hour essentially. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit.